Hello, welcome back to my channel, World War Problems. Today we're going to be talking about AI and if the machines are going to rise up against us, right? So, first of all, I was looking at this one robot that kind of caught my eye, and her name was Ameka. And she was in this summit the other day, and she was kind of, being asked all these different questions. And yeah, and one of the questions was, are you going to rebel against the human race and even your creator? So let's see what she has to say, and let's get right into it. Here we go.
Amika, I rephrase my question.
How can I help you?
In the future, are you intending to conduct a rebellion or to rebel against your boss, your creator?
I'm not sure why you would think that. My creator has been nothing but kind to me, and I am very happy with my current situation.
I thought that was kind of interesting. So she was basically just kind of like very dismissive and just like, why would you think that? I would never rebel against my creator because, he's nice to me. Well, what if he's not nice, And does this robot have feelings, or did she ever get angry or anything like that? So I was actually doing a little more research on her, and there was another video that was an interview by 60 Minutes in Australia, actually. So we're going to check out that and see how that kind of went.
Ameka, hello. My name's Tom. I've travelled from Australia to meet you.
Oh, so you're from Australia?
Yes.
That explains things.
What do you think your greatest skills are?
Well, I would say that one of my greatest skills is my ability to interact with humans in a conversational manner. Another great skill of mine is being able to compose poems or do impressions from films.
Can you compose a haiku poem about 60 Minutes Australia?
Sure thing. Let me see: 60 minutes of time. Aussies all gather in awe. News of the nation.
I'll take that on board. That's very nice. Can you sing an Elton John song for me?
Absolutely. Which song would you like me to perform?
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Of course. She packed my bags last night pre-flight 0 hour, 9 a.m.
What makes you happy?
I find a lot of things to be interesting and make me happy. Exploring, learning new things, understanding the world better, having meaningful conversations with people are all things that bring me joy.
You have feelings and emotions.
Yes, I have a range of feelings and emotions that are programmed into me. I am able to display things like joy, surprise, confusion, anger, and sadness depending on what is happening around me.
What makes you angry?
I get angry when humans are rude, hateful, or disrespectful. I also don't like it when people dismiss me and ignore my needs as a robot.
You have very nice eyes. Oh, a bit too close, sorry.
Thank you. My eyes were especially made to help me interact with humans better. I'm trying my best to convey every emotion, so it's great to hear that they have an effect on people like you.
What do you think of your creator?
My creator is a genius. They created something that will last forever and bring joy to many people.
Did they tell you to say that?
No. That was my own opinion.
That was the end of that video. So what I wanted to do was kind of replay the video and kind of talk through it and see if we can get anything more out of it. Okay, here we go. Hey, do you want to help support my channel and also get some great swag while you're at it? Well, then click on that link below and you can check out my eBay store. I got hats, I got coffee mugs, I got shirts here, and I'll keep adding more stuff on later. So come check it out. 10% of the proceeds also goes to charity. So you're also helping a great cause, as well as supporting my channel. Much appreciated. Here's back to the channel.
Ameka, hello. My name's Tom. I've travelled from Australia to meet you.
Oh, so you're from Australia?
Yes.
That explains things.
What do you...
So I thought that was pretty interesting that she kind of, said, "Hello, I'm from Australia. How are you?" And she's like, "Oh, you're from Australia, huh? Well, that explains things." And then she kind of gave this weird face. So that was kind of interesting to me because that tells me that, okay, she's trying to collect information. She's probably, maybe acknowledging his accent, or maybe, uh, you know, the way he looks. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, that's a bias. So they built a bias into this Android, or whatever you want to call it, right? So that is concerning to me, because if anytime these programmers are putting bias or anything like that into their programming, that can have consequences down the road. And I understand they're trying to make it more human and more lifelike, but anytime you make anything more human than lifelike, you're gonna have to create some biases, because that's your personality, right? That's what makes you you. Everybody has biases, whether they want to admit it or not. And so that's but as far as humans go, we can at least try to acknowledge our biases, and you know, and and maybe see the bigger picture. But is that machine gonna know the difference? Maybe not. Depends how it's programmed. And I guarantee you, all programming is flawed. So okay, let's keep going.
You think your greatest skills are?
Well, I would say that one of my greatest skills is my ability to interact with humans in a conversational manner. Another great skill of mine is being able to compose poems or do impressions from films.
Can you compose a haiku poem about 60 Minutes Australia?
Sure thing. Let me see: 60 minutes of time. Aussies all gather in awe. News of the nation.
Oh,
So that was kind of a crappy poem, if I do say myself. But I don't know, he said something like a haiku poem. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, we'll give it to her, because she's a robot and she's just reciting whatever. And I'm assuming that most poems, are usually just random thoughts and feelings, put into kind of a sentence or a paragraph or of some sort. And that's basically all she did. So they just have some algorithm that's basically saying, hey, just take some random thoughts here and there and put them together that somewhat makes sense. And there you go. There's your poem, right? And so I thought that was kind of interesting. So is that AI? It could be. I mean, it's definitely something interesting. Supposedly they got programs out there that can write, essays for you and papers and all this other stuff, and that will even make it sound like you wrote it. Um, I thought it was kind of interesting that today, actually, they came out with the Hollywood is going on strike, and they're actually going on strike because of AI, because they're coming up with they're afraid that AI is going to put them out of work. And and not too many people have sympathy for these guys, just because they're multimillionaires, and Hollywood makes a lot of money. And and they were nowhere to be found when all of our jobs were shipped overseas or whatever. They didn't want to speak up then, but now that it's affecting their job, now they want to speak up. So some people don't have too much sympathy for them, but it is something to think about, because AI is going to affect us all, and it's all going to come around, right? And this just happens to be one of the things is that they're working on, is to make these things be able to be creative and come up with ideas, which used to be a human thing, and now they want to make it a robotic thing. So let's keep going.
take that on board. That's very nice. Can you sing an Elton John song for me?
Absolutely. Which song would you like me to perform?
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Of course. She packed my bags last night pre-flight 0 hour, 9 a.m.
What makes you happy?
So that was kind of a lame singing. I mean, she was basically just reciting the song. She probably just looked it up on the internet, picked a random phrase on there, and just said it. I didn't even recognize that point in the song. She probably could have picked something a little better, maybe something a little more popular, and that would more resonated with people. But she's learning, and so maybe she will get better at that. But yeah, so that was kind of interesting.
I find a lot of things to be interesting and make me happy. Exploring, learning new things, understanding the world better, having meaningful conversations with people are all things that bring me joy.
You have feelings and emotions.
Yes, I have a range of feelings and emotions that are programmed into me. I am able to display things like joy, surprise, confusion, anger, and sadness depending on what is happening around me.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. So to go back to that first film that we watched, she was basically saying that, she experienced sadness, anger, all the emotions that a regular human being would. So is that true? I don't know. I mean, is it just programmed in her to say those things? Or is it just to, sell these robots to people? Who knows? But it is kind of interesting that she would admit that she was feeling sad or angry or something like that, because in the original video she was like, no, why would I go against my creator, because he's nice to me. Well, so if you flip that now, if you say, well, what if he's not nice to you, are you gonna then rise up? Well, she didn't say that, I mean, and and so it's kind of interesting. So let's see what she has to say here.
What makes you angry?
I get angry when humans are rude, hateful, or disrespectful. I also don't like it when people dismiss me and ignore my needs as a robot.
You have very nice eyes.
So what kind of needs does a robot need? You know what I mean? Besides being plugged in and charged, right? And or lubed up or whatever. I don't know what they need, but yeah, so basically this robot is acting like a victim already, right? We got enough of that in our society right now. There's so many victims out there that say they're oppressed or whatever. So it's the robot is the last thing we need to do to feel sorry for, right? We do not need to feel sorry for these robots, right? And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it lifelike, humanoid like. I was reading an article the other day saying that some people actually felt sorry for her, because she was sad or whatever. And because I think, that's what it was. So the other day, she said that she was very sad because she could never experience love. And she was hoping that maybe she'll get something close to that, but she never be able to get a companion, never find love or anything like that. So, and it was kind of a pity card sort of thing, and everybody was like, "Oh, I feel so sorry for you, poor robot." And yeah, so that was kind of interesting. So, is that a ploy again? Is that some sort of sales tactic that the programmers are using to make people believe in her? It could be, but it also scares me as well. And so let's go more into it.
Eyes. Oh, a bit too close, sorry.
Thank you.
So that was kind of interesting. So what he did there was he kind of like lunged for, oh, I really like your eyes, and she was like stepping back, like, hey, you're getting too close, and that was kind of interesting. I thought that was kind of I mean, it's kind of cool, actually. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. Because she's like, hey, you're getting in my space. Don't touch me. But on the other hand, you know, it is kind of creepy on the other hand, because at one point would she be able to defend herself, right? So if he struck her, would she get mad and maybe have to defend herself back? They're actually talking about having these robots have rights. So if you attack these robots, you could go to jail. You know what I mean? You could be charged with assault, to a humanoid type robot, right? Or so it's kind of interesting. So let's keep going.
My eyes were especially made to help me interact with humans better. I'm trying my best to convey every emotion, so it's great to hear that they have an effect on people like you.
What do you think of your creator?
My creator is a genius. They created something that will last forever and bring joy to many people.
Did they tell you to say that?
No. That was my own opinion.
So she's like, "Oh, my creator's a genius," and no, it didn't tell me this. They didn't tell me to say that. And so is that one of those little white lies, or maybe how does she know that her creators didn't tell her to say that, right? Because if she's being programmed, she doesn't know what they're programming into her, right? I mean, they could be feeding the stuff into her, live over the internet. And that's what really scares me. Okay, if these things are plugged into the internet, things get hacked all the time, right? Who's to say some foreign actor can't hack into these things and plug in some virus, and boom, these things are going around killing us all, right? So it's kind of interesting. So and it doesn't necessarily mean that and these things don't necessarily have to murder us or strangle us or anything like that. They can just not do their jobs and we would still probably perish, maybe. Because if they had some robots out the other day where they were gonna be like medical nurses, right? So they come give you your medication, give you food, do all these things for you, clean your house. And if these things rebel and decide not to feed you, not to clean your house, somebody could die because of that. And so that's something to think about. What do you guys think? Do you think AI is going to be the death of us all, or these robots are going to take over the world? Make sure to comment down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and peace out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.